All right, so let's look at platforms, how to create platforms in Unreal. So I'm done with Maya. Don't need that. There's our platform. All right, so I'm just going to throw it. I'm going to create a folder under here. And I think most of my other stuff I put like under environment layers, but I'm going to create a new folder here under content, and I'll just call it, I don't know, assets. And then I'm going to take my, if you can download those off of Teams that I put up there, and just take them, click them, and drag and drop them right inside your assets folder. And when it comes up, we don't really need to do anything to it. And I didn't even put any texture material on it. You can do whatever fits with your theme there. So I'm just going to import them. And there they are. So platform cube and platform long. And there's just the generic my material on them. And so we're good from there. So, oh, issues with the import? What were the issues? No smoothing group information. Smoothing groups are when you export them. I'm not going to open Maya back up, but smoothing groups do, there's a checkbox when you export them, and I just didn't check it, but it's not going to affect it. If I double click it and open it, you can see, oops, there it is. So it looks pretty good, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do then is, because I need to use these, is I'm going to hit play so you can see what we're going to be working on here. This is what we're working towards, is that you can see here's a platform, and it's just going back and forth a little bit. And it is a 3D platform as opposed to all the other things in my level that are not 3D. And so here it is. And so I just made it. I put a little texture on it, and this I made it go back and forth. So the way we do that, we're going to start with making a blueprint. So I'm going to right click, and we're going to create a blueprint class. And we're going to choose the actor class. And right there, and I'm just going to call this platform, or I'll call it PF underscore, I don't know, ping pong. Ping pong. And that'll be my ping pong asset. So PF underscore ping pong. And then I'm going to double click it to open it up. And let's see, I'm gonna take the tab and set it up there at the top so that I can have the full screen with it. And down here, I'm going to add, here I don't really, let's see, for this one, do I need I don't think I need that. I can just use the cube that's already here, that already exists. So I'm just going to choose cube for this one. And then I'm going to reshape the cube. So I'm going to scale it. You can see my scale tool is up here. So I'll click scale. And I'm just going to scale it down a little bit. Let's see, how does it look? It's really thick. So I'm going to scale it maybe like that. That looks pretty good. So we'll see how that goes. So I scaled it down. It's right there. And we'll just go from there. All right, so with my cube, now we need to, let's go ahead and add the ping pong feature. It's a component, so we're in our components tab here. So if we click on add, and then we're going to scroll down into the movement, you see each one of these components are labeled with this, they're with a category, and they're alphabetized. We're gonna go down to movement. And so, and we've been there before. If you'll remember, we've done things like a rotating movement component when we did our fan blades and things like that in the first class, in your 174 level design class. But we're going to use, instead of rotating, we're going to use the interp to movement. Interp to movement. Interp is just short for interpolation. And so, anyway, we're going to use interp to movement. You don't have to rename it. You can just leave it the same. But make sure that interp to movement is highlighted. And then over here in the details, we're going to start looking for things that we can do. So first of all, the duration, And the duration is 1 second. And when I'm figuring out how far do I want how long is the duration of something, I literally just hold my hand up and I go 1001, 1002, 1003. Okay, 1003, maybe 3 seconds. Maybe a little bit slower, that was a little fast, so maybe like 4 seconds. So I'm gonna just go 4, enter. And I need to have some control points on the interpolation, which is basically movement. Interpolation, how do you want it to move? So let's add, you could do it with 2, but let's do it with 3. And so there's 3 different control points, like a beginning, a middle, and an end. And let's choose the middle one. And I don't know which axis we're using, probably the X or the Y. I don't recall. It's definitely not the Z because the Z goes up and down. But let's see if we can see it in here. Okay, it looks like I want it to go on the X-axis. If you can look at my gizmo down here, X is the direction that I want it to go, sideways like that. So I'm going to do it on the X-axis, which is going to be this first one. And let's just give it a distance. And I don't know how far, so I'll start with something simple like maybe 100. So it starts at 0, it goes to 100, and then it goes back to 0. That's what these things are. Starts at 0, goes to 100, and goes back to 0. And so that's the idea behind it. Think of these control points as kind of like animation keyframes, okay? Think of the control points as like keyframes for an animation. All right, so we put 100 in the X rollout there. And if we scroll down a little bit to where the behavior is, the behavior we want, we already said that we're ping-ponging. So there's different behavior types. So there's a one-shot, there's a one-shot and then reverse it. There's a loop that you can have. It resets back to start when reaching the end. Or there's ping-pong. It just goes back and forth. And it can go back and forth for eternity. So we're just going to choose ping-pong. And we're pretty much done with it. Let's go ahead and compile it. And let's save it. And let's go back into our map, and then you've got to put it somewhere. So I think I'm just gonna, where do I want to put mine? I'm just gonna click, drag, and drop it, like right here, and make sure from sideways that it fits what you want. Actually, mine's, ooh, I gotta rotate mine. So I have to rotate it because it's the wrong direction. So I have to rotate mine, but I do want it to go on the X-axis, so I'm gonna go back into my blueprint, and I'm actually going to rotate it here. So I'm going to select the cube, and it looked like I had to rotate it clockwise. And so, yeah, clockwise. So I'm just going to rotate it here 90 degrees on the Z-axis. 90. There it is. That looks good. And I'm going to, I don't have to compile it again. I'm going to save it anyway. Go back here. Now it's the correct direction, it looks like. It's got what I wanted. Let's go back from the side view and make sure, because if you don't line it up with your stuff there, then your player is not going to be able to jump on it. All right, mine looks good. It's black because I didn't put a material on it. We'll fix the blackness in just a moment, because you're looking at it and you're probably thinking, well, the material is white. Why isn't it white? And I'll tell you that in a moment. Let's just play. Hit play. And it's going really slow. But that's okay. Hey, it's doing its thing. All right, good. I like my platform. It's doing what I want. It's moving kind of slow, and it's not going very far, so I can make changes. So here, I'll go back to interp to movement, and if I want it to go further, then I'll select like 200. And that's going to make it go faster, right? I'm not going to change the duration because it's traveling a further distance in the same amount of time. So it's going to make it look like it's moving faster, which it is. Okay? Also, I probably should put this on y'all's monitors. Sorry, I didn't think about that. Let me do that. I'll throw it out to y'all's monitors so you can see it on your own stuff as well. And you're probably not seeing it, so let me fix that. All right, are you seeing this on your monitors now? Yes, okay, good. All right, very good. So I changed my speed right there by giving it just a greater distance. And then if I come back here and check it, yeah, see now it's going much faster because it's going a greater distance over the same amount of time. So it's faster. It made it, woohoo! So anyway, so that's how to do the first one where you just have moving platforms. All right, any questions about that? Yes?
Is there any way we can use it as like a sprite rather than a 3D box?
Yeah, you should go ahead and try it and see if you can do that with the Sprite. I'm pretty sure you can.
But it's like making the sprites just not showing up on the logo for some reason.
So we'll take a look at that. Let's do it in 3D first, and then we'll take a look at it afterwards. So yeah, good question. All right. One other thing is that so it's a black box, and if I had a material on it, which I do, but it's white, why is it not showing up? The reason it's not showing up is because we actually don't have any lights in the world. Our materials are set up, and if we look at it, double click it, to go into our material editor. Where did that's really weird. Normally details are down here. There we go, like that. And so I've got my, let's see, this is interesting. You know what, I'm not sure what this is going on with this material. This is kind of weird. Let's just create a new material and put it on there. So I'm just gonna right click, material, and I'll just call this my PF underscore, I don't know, I'll make it green. Like that. It'll be my green platform. And if I make it green, and remember we have to hold the 3 key and click to get that constant 3 vector for a color. And then I'll just drag off of that and put it in base color. Actually, you know what? This is the old school way. Now that I think about it, I keep forgetting that they've changed it. So you can just click on the node right there in the color node and bring it up and just make it, just change the color that way. You don't even have to hook up that constant 3 vector anymore. I'm gonna make it a little darker green. Say okay. Yeah, you don't even need the constant 3 vector anymore. Just change it right there, which is pretty cool. But over here we've got material domain, blend mode, shading model, and some other things over here. Currently it's default lit, and if I save it and go back in here, and if I apply that to my ping pong cube here, I guess I'll have to go back into ping pong cube, go back into cube, and then there's the material. I'm just gonna put that green material on there. So you can see the green material is on there, but, and I'll save it, but when I go into here and hit play, why can I not see the green material that I just put on it? Well, it's because it's not lit up. There's no lights in the scene here, so everything's dark, except the way our sprites and textures have been set up. So back here, instead of being default lit, the shading model, oh, wait a minute. I don't think it'll work if you make it unlit. Yeah, it's definitely not what we want. So I am going to go back to my constant 3 vector because I want to hook it up. Oh no, I don't have to because I can go back to emissive color. And my emissive color, I'm just going to set my emissive color to that color. What does emissive do? Who knows? It what? What's it do?
Emits a color, emits whatever color you put it, like
It
a light bulb almost.
Yeah, it emits it. What would we call that? Yeah, glowing. It's like we're making it glow. So we're actually not going to make it glow, but that's how we're going to get some color in there. So I just use the emissive color slot, and I'm going to say okay. it shows up. It's kind of glowy here. I'll save it. But now when I go back into my level, now you can see it shows up. Because it's emitting light all on its own. I didn't have to put a light source on it. So now when I hit play, there it is, and it's showing up. So, and it's green. So pretty cool. All right, so that's how we get our materials to show up. Just make sure you put something in the emissive color channel there. If you have a texture and you're gonna put a texture in there, you can do that. So, all right. Yes.
Yeah, I found that if you add what are the components? I think it's the paper tile map.
Oh, okay.
Paper tile map component, then you can put like a spray on it.
Okay, so up here, yeah, there are paper components that you can use. So if you're searching for components, you can type in the word paper, and then you'll see there's all these paper 2D things. So which one did you use? The paper spray?
The paper tile map.
Paper tile map?
Yeah.
And then you chose the one that you had there. Oh, and you just chose the one that you made. So yeah, so you can do it that way. And it has collision on it as well. So you can see, here's the one that I made, but I would go back and just make another one. All mine are here. And just like we did last week. So you'll just make another tile set tile map, and you'll just call it platform or wherever you want to do. So, yep, thank you. Except I have to erase it off the line. There you go. All right, the next thing we're going to work on then is we're going to set up a cube for rotating. And so I'm going to delete my ping pong, or I'm not deleting it, I'm going to get rid of it there. And then here, let's go into a rotating movement component, which, like I said, we've done before. But I want to, if I hit play, and then I'll come over here. Here you can see the rotating movement component. And it's blocking me, and I can get through. Blocking me, and then all of a sudden, boom. Oh, maybe I should just jump over it because I'm going the wrong way. But anyway, so it's a good simple hazard that you can use to keep the player from quickly getting through their progress. You're impeding their progress. So same thing again. Let's go into our assets. I'm going to right click and create a blueprint class. And again, we'll make it an actor class. And this one I'll call PF underscore rotator. Rotator. All right, so that's going to be my rotator. I'll double click it. And once again, I'm going to bring in a cube. Add cube. And let's see, and I'm going to scale it again however I want it. Let's see, I can probably just leave it like that. I want it thinner, but I'll leave it like that. That looks good to me. And put that up top. And this time, our component we're going to add is the rotator. And you can either scroll down again to movement and just use the rotating movement component. And then our rotation rate over here, when you have your rotating movement component selected in the components over there, then over here in details, the rotation rate. So I gotta get back in here to see, I want it to rotate around the y-axis. Looking at this, that will make it rotate correctly around the y-axis. So on my rotation rate, x, y, z, there's y. Instead of 180 on the z-axis, let's make that 0. And I want mine to be slower, so I'm just gonna do like 90 degrees, and that is per second. So the rotation rate is per second, so it's 90 degrees per second. So it's gonna take 4 seconds to get a 360 degree rotation. So 1001, 90, 1002, 180, 1003, 270, 1004, 360. So it's going to take 4 seconds for me to get a full 360 degree rotation out of it. And that's pretty much, I'll just compile it, save it, come back in here, place it somewhere in my level. Let's see if I can, you know what, I'm gonna put it over here. And rotator, I'm just gonna click, drag, and drop. Oh, I should throw my green material on it again. So go back to cube, instead of that other material. There, green material, compile, save, back here. So it's a little too tall, so I'm gonna pull it up a little bit, maybe like that. Okay, let's see how that works. And I'm good, so I'm gonna hit play. Actually, I need to, I'm gonna move, let's see, I'm gonna move the one we just placed. I'm gonna move that up. I don't know, I'll move it up there so it's out of the way. All right, so I'm gonna hit play. Let's see how it goes. There's my rotator now, and it's rotating at a good pace. So it blocks me, or I can run through it. Boom, boom. Or I can jump over it, and there we go. So kind of fun and cool that I get to, oops. All right, so rotators are fun. Any question about the rotator? All right, and then the last one is a little trickier. The last one, where is it? Up here. All right, this last one, it's gonna go around like a Ferris wheel, right here. It's going to go around like a Ferris wheel. Let me show you. If I can get up there, oops. Oops. Here we go. Oh, come on. I've set up so many things now. Here we go. All right. So now you can see it. It comes down, it comes around. Oh, and I missed it. Anyway, you get the idea. It's up there, and I created a space for it to go around and around. So let's go ahead and make that now. All right, this one we're going to do a little bit differently. This time we're going to use a level sequence for creating this one, which is why we needed the cubes to come in. And so I don't want to use the cubes that exist here, so I'm going to use going to create my own there. So let's go ahead and create a level sequence. So that's with the little clapboard right there. If you click on that, and then click on Add Level Sequence. And then just give it a name, and I don't know, I'll just call it, what is it, PF underscore, how about Ferris wheel? Ferris wheel. And then I'll save it. There it is. All right, and then my sequencer comes up, and it wants to add something to my level again. And so I can add, I need to select something to add to it. And we have all these things that we created. I go into my content browser. I have platform cube and platform long. Select whichever one you want. I think I'll select platform long just for the fun of it. So I'm going to go back into my sequencer. I want to add actor track for, oh, I have to get it into the level. I don't think it will do it unless it's already in the level. So I'm going to have to put my PF long into the level somewhere. So let's do that. So I'm going to go back into my content browser. I'm just going to take platform long, click, drag, and drop it in there. Ooh, look how tiny it is. All right, I'm going to have to scale that up a bit because it's like super tiny. And I wasn't sure when I did it in my what my numbers would be, but I'm just going to scale it up here. I'm going to lock my scale so that all three will scale at the same time, and maybe like 3. Oh, that actually looks pretty good. And so, and I'll put it, you know, away from there so that the player will be able to jump on it. And since I already have one over there, maybe I should put this one over here on the left inside right there. And I'll move this over a little bit. All right, so here's my platform Ferris wheel to go round and round. All right, very good. So back into our sequencer, and I'm going to add, and if I go back into add actor track, you can see because I have it selected in there, it says add platform long. It just puts that as the #1 thing up there. So I'm going to say, yeah, add platform long. And it also gives me my transforms, the location, rotation, and scale. We're not going to use scale, but we are going to use location and rotation. Here's what I think is the easiest way to do it. I do my location first, and then I do the rotation next. Is that right? Yep. So anyway, I'm just going to start it going up and down. So I need to get it into the place where I want it to start. I'm going to start at the bottom down here, where the player can fairly easily jump on it from either this platform or that platform or this platform. So I'm just going to pick a spot and where I want it to start at the bottom. And yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm going to come back to location and it's on the Z-axis, goes up and down. So I'm going to set a key here on the Z-axis. Oh, before I do that, I need to determine what is the duration it's going to take to go around. So once again, I do my finger thing where I'm going to start in the air, or maybe here since we're on video, since I'm recording, I'll just pretend. I'll just grab it and I'll go 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, and maybe 1005. So 5 seconds to get it all the way around where it's going to go. So down here, this is 30 frames per second. So 5 times 30 is 150, and oh, look at that, it actually did 100, it's by default at 150, so I'm good. But if you wanted it for longer or shorter, let's do that. Let's make it actually 6 seconds, so it's 180. So I'm going to expand this, and it won't expand, so I need to give it some more, the working range end there. I'm going to make that 180. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm going to get 200. And then I'll grab this little end piece right here and scrub it out. And then I'll take my red, that's the working range, and I'm going to take that and I'll take that all the way to 180, right to there. So, just so you learn how to extend that a little bit. All right, so we already said we're going to start right here at the Z-axis. It's at 40. I'm going to set a key. Boom. So it sets a keyframe right there. And then, let's see, I'm going to back out a little bit, depending on how high you want it to go. So I'm going to go, let's see, all the way. So I want to, let me back up here. This is where I want it to start. This is where I want it to finish. So I set a key there. I'm going to go all the way to the end, 180, because I also want it to finish here. And I'll set a key again. So now I've set a key. It's going to start at Z equals 40, and it's going to finish at Z equals 40. Then I'm going to go halfway, which would be 90. And at 90, it should be all the way at the top, wherever you want it to go. I'm just going to have mine go right up there, and I'll set a key. And I see that it did not update, so let's see if I set a key, will it update? There it is. It updated when I clicked the set key button to 300. All right, so it's going to start at 40, and let's scrub our slider. So it starts here, goes all the way to 90, and comes right back down to 180, and then it'll do it all over again. All right, very good. So I did that. Now at what point do I want it to start the circle? Let's see, I'm just going to scrub my slider maybe about a third of the way. So it's going to take 90 to get all the way to the top. So at about a third of the way, I want it to, so 30 frames, I want it to move left. So I'm just going to grab that, I'm going to grab the arrow key and pull it over kind of like to right there, keeping in mind that it's the, oh, I forgot to set a key at the very beginning, so undo that. What is my rule for setting keys, for animating something? Always set a key at the beginning of motion and always set a key at the end of motion. Okay, always set a key at the beginning. I didn't do that. So I'm going to have to go back to, I want it to start right here at 30. Actually, I want it to start right here at frame 0. and that's the x-axis, so I'm going to set a key right here at the x-axis. And I should probably do the same thing over here. Go all the way to the end again to frame 180. And I wanted to set a key there. Now we'll go back to 30. I hope I didn't confuse you, I apologize. And now I'll bring it over to here. And I'll set another key there because that's where I want it. At frame 30, I want it to be in that location, so I'll set a key. And look what it did. It started to make our little Ferris wheel circle. And let's see, let's go maybe up 30 more frames. And I'm gonna set another key here on the x-axis. But I want it to be straighter, so I want it to be just a little, maybe over one click, and then set that key again. There we go. And then let's see, I'll scrub here, and right here at frame 90, I want it to be over right there. So I'm going to set a key there for it, the center. Boom. So you can see our Ferris wheel starting. Then I'll go to frame 120, and I'm going to move it over a little bit, and then set a key there. And then let's go back to frame 150, which is 2/3 of the way back. If I could get it there, 150. And then I'll just take this platform and move it over to where I want it, set a key, boom. Oh, and it's a little too far. Maybe back a click, reset the key. There we go. So that's a pretty good Ferris wheel. Now, what do you notice about my path here? What do you know? It's nice and smooth at the top, isn't it? Why isn't it nice and smooth at the bottom? Because I, say it again, I have what?
It's pointed at the bottom, it's not like circular at the top.
Yeah, but what causes that, do you know? What causes it or how to fix it? Who's had their animation class so far? Anybody? You're like, yes, I've had it, but I don't remember. What is it, Shelby? What's causing this to have the point down there? You what? No, that's a good guess. But it's not enough, it's not that we don't have enough frames. Anybody else want to guess?
It's using like a spline.
Yeah, go a little further, like using,
Curve.
yeah. Yeah, it's like the in and out controllers of the spline, how it goes in and how it comes out of that particular control point right there. So how do we see that? So fortunately, they provided little curve editor for us right here. So if we click on the curve editor right here, now we can see the curve editor. I'm going to expand it a little bit so y'all can maybe see it better. And we see nice and neat here. I'm not worried really about the blue line. The blue line is the z-axis. It's just going up and down smoothly. That looks really good. It's this red line right here that we should be concerned at. And so if we look at, here's the top right here. Is this control point right there is the top. And look at that. It's a nice smooth blend right into it right there. If we wanted to, we could probably grab this little control right there and do that to it and make it even just a little bit more perfect. But if we look at these two on the ends, look at that. It's coming in here at this kind of a curve, and then it's going to go, if it were to continue, it would go, it's kind of wobbly there. That's why. So I selected both of these pieces right there, and I'm just going to take this little control handle and I'm going to smooth it out a little bit. Oh, and I shouldn't have selected that one. Oh, and it did it to that one automatically when I did that. So it smoothed those out. I got to fix that one back again. Shouldn't have selected that one. And that looks pretty good. And I can also select like right here, they're not really even. If I wanted to, I could take that and maybe just drag it down just a little bit. Right there. Even them up if it bothers you, you know. So now when it goes out of there, it's straight coming out of that control point, and at the end here, it's straight going into the control point. So now if we close our curve editor and we look at it, look at that, we fixed it, we've got this nice, smooth, rounded motion right there. So it's much more pleasing to see that than to have it come in at a point and kind of bounce up. And so, so anyway, we fixed it. We made it nice and smooth and round through there. Let's see if it works. So, so tell me, what's going to happen here? When we hit play and we go in there, the platform's going to start at the bottom, and what's going to happen?
It's gonna rotate.
It'll rotate, it'll go up, it'll follow our path, it'll go to the top, it'll follow the path, it'll come back down, and then what? It won't continue. Why not? Yes, exactly right. We gotta set this thing to looping. We gotta make it loopy, okay? So, I don't think it's over here. It should be, but you know what? I'm gonna search for it and see if it's over here. Loop. Nope, it's not over here. I know where it is. I just wanted to see if they actually had one here as well. All right, so I'm good with my sequencer, so I am gonna hit the save button. Is that it? Saves the current sequence. Boom. Saved my sequence. Let's go back into our content browser. So, in there, so I have the cube selected, but I need to select the actual level sequence. So I'm going to select where's my level sequence icon in here? It tells me over here, if I pull this out, So I have two level sequences. The one that we just did is this PF Ferris wheel. So I'm going to select, there it is, it's showing up right there. That can be anywhere in your scene. It doesn't show up when the level starts to play, but select your PF Ferris wheel, come down to the details, scroll down a little bit, and behind playback, there's loop, and by default, it says don't loop, so let's make it loop indefinitely. If you wanted to, you could say just loop exactly a certain number of times, or don't loop, but I want mine to loop indefinitely. And right above that, I do want it to autoplay. So as soon as the level starts, I want my Ferris wheel platform to start looping as well. And it's going to play it at the rate of 1. And I don't know what that means. It's just a multiplier is actually what that means. So however fast it's looping, if I'm like, nah, that's too slow, and I don't want to go back into my sequencer and fix the range here, I don't have to. I can just use the multiplier to fix it. It can make it go faster or slower based on the multiplier. I do not have to go back into my sequencer to do that. So anyway, all right, we set it to autoplay. We're going to loop indefinitely. Let's hit play. And then I gotta find it. Oh, there it is. I saw it. Let's see if I can get there for you. I may have to go up to my all right, I'm gonna try and jump on it as it comes down. I'm so bad at this. All right, come on.
That let me try to make my video last night.
Oh! Anyway, it works and you get the idea behind it. Not gonna sit here and try it. All right, and then because I've been working so hard, file, save all, and all right. So we made 3 different platforms. We did the ping pong platform going back and forth. We did the rotating platform, and then we did the Ferris wheel platform as well. So we did those 3. You can also do a ping pong platform. You know what? Let's do one that goes vertically instead of horizontally. How about that? You can do it using the sequencer as we just saw, but we can also do it much faster and easier if we just do it with the blueprint class and add the component. So I'm gonna duplicate my ping pong, and so I'm going to duplicate my PF underscore ping pong, and I will call it, how about ping vert? Rename it. So it's gonna rename, and I'm going to call it PF underscore vert pong or ping, doesn't matter. All right, so now I'm gonna vertically ping pong it, double click it, go back in. Excuse me. And the interp to movement, instead of making it on the x-axis, what is our up and down axis in Unreal?
Y is. Oh, Z.
Z-axis. In Maya, Y is up. In Unreal, Z is up. So I'm gonna go back here. So instead of, I'll make that 0 on the x-axis, since the z-axis is up, make that 200 or whatever you want, and duration of 4 or whatever duration you want, and then compile, save, go back, and then throw your vert in there. Let me see if I can put this one over here. And I'm gonna bring it down there. All right, and I'm just, let's check and make sure I did it. No, see, I gotta bring it in a little bit. Otherwise my player won't jump on it. It'll be too far away. Hit play. See if I can get, yes, there it is. Now I'm just ping-ponging up and down, vertically. So very cool. Woohoo! Oh, and there's my other, let's see if I can jump on it. Yes, I got it. All right, very good. And that's how you can create platforms and have fun with them. So you can use, just to kind of go back over it, so there's all sorts of different components that you can add and play around with in order to get your things moving and doing what you want. And then you can also use your sequencer for moving things around. If you wanted it to go like diagonally, if you want to have a diagonal platform, that's easy. Just set it up using your, doing the X and Z components at the same time. So, any questions about that? All right, let's stop the recording.